What is up, guys? Private Eye Russ here. This is another Private Eye Russ Reacts. And before we react, we've got to put on the bowler of justice. Anyway, and this is going to segue into a topic I want to discuss. But first, and this is a short, I'm going to react into it. This guy is on the Steve Harvey show with a few other people, fair use. And I'm going to do a brief reaction, then we're going to go into the subject at hand. The subject at hand is going to be what should you do and how should you react to suspicion or even confirmation of a cheating spouse, all right? This is particularly for men, all right? So, again, my name is Private Eye Russ, licensed private investigator, owner of privateinvestigatorruss.com. So, website coming soon if you need a private investigator for not just infidelity, but I've handled a ton of negligent security cases, most of them homicides, over 80 of them over the past 15, 16, 17 years or so. Corporate theft cases, criminal defense work, we've done it all. I've got a really, really good team. But we also specialize in what we call pre-marriage inspection or pre-marriage investigation. You want to vet women before you get married. You want to understand their past because that will give you the best snapshot into what you can expect in the future. And so we have a set of criteria. I'm actually working out a score level from 1 to 10. 1 being your lowest amount of risk, 10 being your highest amount of risk. And so I've only had one individual so far score a 1 with the woman that he was wanted to vet, and that was an extraordinary case. I haven't seen any since then. So again, so if you need help, Russ at privateiruss.com, or you can direct message me on X. I'm always on X at Private Eye Russ as well. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Let's see here, and again, fair use.
So I'm 36. I've been dating a girl for the past 4 years. I was getting ready to pop the question, and then something big happened. I found out she was cheating on me. She said she was really sorry and that it was a mistake, that she loves me and that...
All right, look. Anybody who says they're sorry after cheating, they're not sorry they cheated on you. They're sorry they got caught cheating on you. Let's go ahead and establish that they are sorry that they got caught cheating, not that not that they hurt your feelings or shattered you or whatever the case might be. I've seen some guys get really, really, just devastated. I had a good friend that maybe I'll talk about this one day, but he made a horrifying discovery, and he almost spiraled out of control. Thankfully, he did not. There was an intercession, and he's doing well now. But look, women who cheat on you don't respect you. Women who cheat on you don't give two you-know-whats about your feelings. They may want to continue the relationship because you represent some sort of gain to them. You represent some sort of stability to them. Oftentimes, I'll see women that will have stable relationships with men that they've married or are dating, and will go flip out and go wild with some other dude because they want to live a double life. A lot of women are living double lives, and more than many men will ever discover. You see these things where guys find out years later that 2 out of their 3 children weren't even theirs. I actually know 2 cases of that happening personally. Know two people that happened to. And maybe we'll talk about those stories one day as well too. But they don't respect you. They don't care about your feelings. They're apologizing because they want to hit the reset button. If you hit that reset button, you're a chump, and they're going to categorize you as a chump, and they are going to then understand that they can get away with a whole bunch more because you just forgave the unforgivable. Anyway, fair use.
It's never going to happen again. Any advice?
Never going to happen again. Lie. Here's what they'll do. They will question you and gaslight you in order to get you to reveal how you discovered their infidelity. Okay, so here's lesson time, all right? Lesson time. Get out your notepads, guys. Number 1, if you suspect cheating, do not change or alter your behavior. I understand it's difficult. Russ, what are you talking about? I find out my wife is giving throat hugs out to her coworkers. How can I be silent? Be silent until you have the proof you need, until you make preparations. Don't make decisions out of emotion. This is the time for you to be cold and calculating and use that lizard right brain in your head that doesn't have any feelings, that just wants to make a plan and execute that plan. Okay, so number 1, don't react. Don't react. Don't give it away. All right. Number two, when they gaslight you and want to find out how you discovered their infidelity, here's what they're doing. They're giving you this roller coaster. They're going to get you at this fever pitch emotionally. We talked about this before, about how men do not belong in the emotional realm. We are weakest in the emotional realm. It'd be like taking the dream master and putting him in the, the wish master realm. That's not his realm. You don't belong there. As a man, you are not equipped, and you are not supposed to be ruled and governed by your emotions. This is when you need to be hard-edged. You need to make a plan. You need to execute that plan, and do not let them get you off their game. They want to get you off their game. That's why women want you to engage emotionally. If they say you're emotionally detached, that means that they can't get in your head. They want that emotional engagement because they will understand at that point how to trigger you. That's what's going on. But you guys, since you're listening to the Private Eye Russ podcast, you're not going to fall for that because you've been educated and you're taking notes like you're supposed to. You guys taking notes? Take notes. All right. And again, shameless plug, Russ at privateiruss.com. Private Investigator. I do online research, a ton of it, and I have the ability to give people a really good snapshot of what their prospective spouse's pasts or even sometimes present looks like. And we have very creative ways that I won't go into about how to provide that information to you. Okay, so don't put yourself in that position. If she cheated on you once and you caught her that once, she's probably done it several times before or multiple times before that you never realized, and she will do it again. If you tell her how you caught her, you are going to make her a more effective cheater. Don't tell her. That's you. You right there who wants to have some big Perry Mason dramatic moment where you make some big reveal, like you open a curtain like the end of Scooby-Doo. Oh, it was always this guy. I would have gotten away with it too if it hadn't been for those meddling kids, that sort of thing. Stop doing that, guys. You don't need that gotcha moment. They're never going to apologize. They're never going to really sincerely apologize. You know what I mean? They're going to give you the crocodile tears and whatever else. And again, it's meant to get you to an emotional state so they can get information from you. They can collect that data, and they will use that data on you in the future. Anyway, let's keep going. Fair use.
But what I'll say to you is, in my experience, watching my clients, this is either the beginning of the end or it's the end of the beginning.
Like he said, this could be a mistake, but how?
Okay.
So if we hit a rough spot, you gonna.
So let me back up.
But how? Said.
So I think Steve is going to surprise me. I wasn't expecting much from Steve, but hold on, wait. Let's see. Let me back up a little bit more. Steve might surprise me. It might actually come up with something that makes some sense. Usually, he's going to side with the women, and I get it. His audience is female. That's why the guy's worth who knows how many hundreds of millions of dollars, and so I get it. He's protecting his bag. He's not trying to fumble the bag. All right, so let's see what he has to say. Beginning of the end or the end of the beginning? Yeah, well, people got talking riddles, man, but whatever.
Like he said, this could be a mistake, but how? So if we hit a rough spot, you gonna go fix it outside the relationship. Yeah, man, I'll get another chick.
Oh, Steve. I don't usually get surprised. Wow. Steve. Well, we're not going to call him Red Pill Steve because he's not Red Pill Steve. But, yo, he just said, look, I find another chick. Yes, you really should get rid of women that cheat on you, man. And I get it. When you're married, it's a little bit more complicated, especially when you have children. It's a little bit more complicated. And there are things you have to be careful about, and you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your money. You got to protect your children as best you can. And so, I understand it's not always that simple, and I get it, right? But ultimately, I've talked to guys, like I know one guy now, man. This woman has cheated on him several times, and he's still trying to collect data. Oh, I think she's cheating again. Bro, come on, man. And I've advised him, look, man, you need to walk away from this woman. You need to walk away from her. She's not on your team. She's not on your side. She's not going to stop cheating. If you marry this woman, you are signing your own. You're signing up for your own demise. Might as well just go ahead and leap off a financial cliff right now. Just women who cheat and you keep accepting it and keep staying with them, they're going to keep cheating. Why? Because there's no punishment. We talk about the proliferation of this weaponized court proceeding where women, and criminal justice proceeding where women will file false allegations against guys, knowing that even if it's found out to be false, they're not going to face any punishment under most circumstances. Same thing here. If they don't feel the sting of their infidelity and their cheating ways, they will continue to do so. Steve surprised me. It's like, okay, this dude gave a really cryptic meaning. It's either the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning. You can say that about anything, whatever. But Steve was like, yeah, I'll find another chick. Yes. Thank you very much, Steve Harvey. Shout out to Steve Harvey. So here's what you have to do, guys. All right. And again, I know there are people out there who are saying that, they think what private investigators do is easy. Okay, good luck. There's people out there that want to teach classes. You're teaching people online to invade people's privacy and they don't have licenses. Okay. Good luck with those lawsuits going forward, right? So first thing, don't say anything. Number 2, start collecting data. Number 3, if you need help, hire an investigator. Everybody doesn't need an investigator. Some women are incredibly good at hiding infidelity. And even when men have suspected, they couldn't prove it. And so that's where investigators come in. Can you find out certain things? Yes, you can. Am I going to say some of these things online? I've got to be careful because, if I say, okay, married guys can do this, but if you're not married, you can't do this. The guys who are not married are going to use those techniques because, hey, wait a second, that should work. And I'm not going to put myself in a position where I have potential liability. I don't like getting sued. I've been sued before. It is unpleasant. All right. And now look, I've got an army of attorneys. I've got attorneys that owe me favors. I've got attorneys that owe me money, and they're just looking for opportunities to pay me back. So if I just say, hey, get that person sue, or if I need defense, then I've got those on tap. But I'd rather not go through it because it's time consuming. It's just a pain in the butt. But don't give up the ghost, meaning don't give up the fact, or don't reveal the fact that you suspect. Don't talk about why you suspect. The worst thing you can do for a future investigation or future possible investigation is tell women how you caught them, right? So now it's going to make it more difficult for you to find out exactly what they did, but also too, if an investigator like myself or others come along and we're like, okay, and you say, hey, I need you to find out if this person's cheating on me, and okay, give me the situation. Well, I caught her before and I told her exactly how she was doing this, but now she's not doing it anymore. I'll give you a case in point. This dude pays his wife's iCloud and phone bill and all the rest of this stuff, right? And so they shared location. Well, he used the location, was like, wait a second, you're over at Jim Dandy's house. What the hell are you doing? And so he confronted her with this information. Again, don't confront with information until you're on your way out the door. All right. So collect the data you need to collect. Don't show any signs that you understand. Collect the data you need to collect. Protect yourself the best you can. Start making plans to mitigate your circumstances. Get an attorney. If you need an investigator like myself, get an investigator. Collect data depending on where you are and your circumstances. It might really be necessary. It might be helpful. All right, especially to have an unconcerned party look into things for you without that emotional attachment and everything and all the baggage that goes along with it. So when I get on a case and they say, hey, and this actually happened. Oh yeah, I told my I caught my girl cheating because she had all this stuff going on social media and her iCloud and everything else and the text messages, and I saw everything and I confronted her with it. And then she apologized and cried and I forgave her and we made up and everything else. She probably threw some booty at him. That's what women do when they want you to forget what they did. They throw some booty at you. That's their fallback. Cry. If that doesn't work, cry and then throw some booty. Then cry and throw some booty, and then maybe gaslight. And if you bring it up again, oh, you keep bringing that up, la 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 la. Oh, that was 10 days ago. It's today. It was in the past. Okay, whatever. But don't give these things up. Don't confront unless you're going out the door. And even when you do confront with cheating, still don't tell her. Don't tell her how you know. Don't give her that closure or whatever else. She's not entitled to it. So keep all that stuff to yourself. It makes my job easier if you want me to gather some information for you. It makes my job much more difficult if you want me to gather information for you. If you told her exactly how you caught her, now she's going to be on alert. She's going to be covering her tracks. She's going to send up the signal flare, and she is going to invoke the name of the estrogen network. I've talked about this before. Women help each other cheat, guys. How much? A lot. Probably 50% of the cheating cases, maybe even more of the cheating cases from the women's side, they've had the advice and cover from other women, even family members of the man that was being cheated on. Yes, we'll talk about it in the future about a man who was being cheated on by his wife, and two of his family members were helping her cover the cheating. And so, which just that will probably spider off into a whole bunch of other discussions and topics, just things that I've discovered over the years, but it happens a lot. And so men, on the other hand, that's why I don't talk about men cheating that much, because men usually go YOLO. They're just on their own. They don't plan. They don't plot. They don't have any sort of structure to their cheating. They don't have a network to protect them, and they just go out and do what they got to do, and then just try to make it up as they go along. And they are incredibly difficult to catch. Women are much more sophisticated. They're much more thoughtful. They're much more calculating when it comes to cheating. Or even though they're supposed to be the emotional ones, they're much more calculating when it comes to cheating. So don't lose your stuff. Don't get angry. Don't confront. Don't get in her face. Don't yell. Don't scream. Don't do anything, because from that point forward, here's what you have to consider, especially if you're married or if you're in cohabitation or common law marriage or whatever it might be. She's going to be collecting and saving all of your interactions. She's going to be recording conversations. She's going to be saving videotape, audio tape. Every text message, every email will be designed to get you to reveal information, or even better yet, to lose your water. You got to hold your water. And when I say hold your water, that means control your emotions. Don't fall apart and go off all willy-nilly and screaming and crying or whatever else I've seen guys do, just run the gamut of different emotions. And in front of me, that's one thing. If you do that in front of her and you rage or you cry or whatever, she's going to save it, and she's going to use it against you later on, guys. How do I know? I've been around this game for a very long time. I've seen it happen a ton of times, man. Stop leaving your business out in the street. Look what happened to Mr. Crowder, Steven Crowder. His wife saved some really, clearly they were staged. Clearly she was antagonizing him. And this is what they'll do. They'll antagonize you with text messages, phone calls, or in-person conversations, and they'll be recording these things, either video or audio, and they're trying to get you to do what they call being emotionally abusive, where you're yelling or cursing, and they'll make you, try to make you out to be a monster. Although, if you find out your wife is giving throat hugs to coworkers or neighbors or whatever, or some dude she met at the gas station, being angry is a reasonable response. But if you display that emotion, you put your heart on your sleeve, or your feelings on your sleeve, like some guys do, it's going to be used against you, and it's going it's going to put you at a deficit. All right. So the best way to maintain your stuff is, and again, you don't need that as proof for anything necessarily. If you want to get divorced, you can just file divorce. Like most places are no-fault divorce states. So you can say, hey, I just want to divorce her. If she asks you why, look, I know you've been cheating on me. Oh, you're lying, this, that, the other. They're trying to get you to reveal. Don't do it. And so later on down the line, if she tries to use something against you, if you've saved that and you have that ammunition in your magazine, well, guess what? You've got some counter information that can be released. Oh, I'm going to release this video of you farting in your sleep. Okay, well, I'm going to release this video that Private Eye Russ got of you giving a throat hug to your boss. Bam. And I know guys that have done that. I know guys that have done that. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't put my name in there. But at the end of the day, it saved them, and I'm glad that I was able to supply some of the raw materials to help guys. But you guys got to be cooler. You got to be calm. You got to be collected. You got to keep it together. You got to hold your water. Anyway. This is your boy, Private Eye Russ. If you need an investigator, like I said before, Russ at privateinvestigatorruss.com. Send me a direct message on X. I'm on X a bunch, or send me an email, and we can see what we can do to help you guys out. So anyway, it's your boy, Private Eye Russ. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think of the bowler of justice. Anyway.